All right, everybody. Red Leaf Retrocast, the retro gaming section. Joey, Colin, you guys kind of combined on this topic today.
Well, I mean, it was Colin's pick pretty much.
Yeah, he had no idea what to do, so I suggested a topic I've had bouncing around in my mind for a while, or at least on a little list of mine.
Well, Joey's missed
Yeah.
quite a few podcasts in a row.
Yeah, I've been busy, but then my AC wasn't working, so my brain wasn't working, so that's why I didn't have a topic. Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, it is getting pretty damn hot.
Yeah, luckily, of the 2 weeks that it was broken, it was only 95 once, so I
Oh.
think that's like 35C. The rest of the time, first week was all rainy, so it stayed below 90. Second week, it hit like 90, 91. So it wasn't too bad, but it still sucked.
You're hanging out in 32, 35 C weather. That's awful.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was only like got up to like 80 in my house. It wasn't too bad, but it still sucked.
Yeah, but I gotta work in that shit.
Yeah, it ain't fun.
Yeah, I have to deal with heat at work as well. Not this past week. Too many people are absent, so I couldn't just hang out in my AC office doing admin stuff. Anyways, game tracker update. Joey, you've been hot on the PS5 for the last week or so. What's going on with you?
The last couple days, I picked up Elden Ring again.
Are we adding that back to the list?
I don't know. I was trying to see if a magic build would work, and I just hate magic. It's
Elden
just boring
Ring,
in that
PS5.
game.
I was going to ask you, like, are you doing a magic build? And you just confirmed that, so.
I was, and then I gave up because it was boring. I hate it.
I've wanted to do
Maybe it
a
gets-
Dark Souls 3 magic build before.
I mean, it might get better with some like higher end magic, but right now I'm just shooting little pebbles at things, and it's just boring.
How much have you played?
So, on that character, I got up to the second boss, Renala.
Okay.
But then I started a fist only character.
A
Not even
fist
wearing
only?
armor. Just running around as the naked guy with just fist weapons.
So how many more hours do you think you put in?
Maybe 5. I haven't played much. I only played like during lunch and a little bit after work.
I see. All right, I'll put 5 hours in. All good. What about Steam related stuff?
No, I haven't. Let's see. What is the last time I played on Steam? I played 48 minutes of Subnautica 2 weeks ago.
The first one or the new one that came out?
The first one.
Okay.
And then I haven't played anything else since April.
Whew. Not a lot of gaming then.
No, and barely even played some EverQuest. This past week I had a character sitting in the tunnels looking for gear for another character, and haven't really played that either.
Man. Here I am just waiting for my AYN Thor to finally ship and get to me. I'm so anticipating it a lot.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I really can't wait for it. I'm super hyped. It would have been very useful for this topic, the games on this one.
I guess so.
Yeah, playing this shit through my terrible work computer is not ideal.
Yeah, you work with what you have.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the hard drive's failing. It just can't, like, retain memory anymore.
Sounds like you need a replacement.
Yeah, I think so too. What about you, Colin? What's your update?
Well, as usual, more Crimson Desert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at about 137 hours now.
Good God.
Been fighting, going through a lot of story missions, fighting a big war against the Black Bears, which are the guys who attack your camp in the first cutscene of the game. So you're getting revenge.
Okay.
That's some pretty cool stuff, but I've also just been faffing about, exploring, and I got a hint as to an area down the line, further to the east, of the map that apparently one of the countries has a lot of advanced stuff going on. So I think that's going to be where all the big glut of steampunk stuff is going to happen. So that's got me looking forward to that.
Ooh, okay.
I'll probably finally get to see those mechs. And if nothing else, a dragon
All right.
with a machine gun.
I'm so happy you're playing this game the way you are.
Yep. Although, for the next 5 days starting tomorrow, I won't be able to play it because I'm going on a camping trip.
To the Yukon, perhaps?
I wish.
Were you motivated to travel the White Pass?
Nah, this is like from way back in January before I even got injured. I just decided wanted to go to the Pinery,
Okay.
which is a park that me and my family would go to a lot when I was a kid. It's right on the shore of Lake Huron, so
Oh, okay.
you can actually see some sunsets going behind the lake horizon. That's always
Ooh.
fun. It's the next best thing to going somewhere like Hawaii or somewhere in the tropics that has an ocean horizon. And also, during the day, the lake is nice and blue, and there's plenty of skipping stones on the shore. So that's some fun stuff right there, and it'll also be a nice walk down memory lane.
Mm.
This will be the very first time I've gone on a camping trip all by myself.
Ooh.
So
I don't think it's
past couple of
dangerous enough for you. You need to really step your game up in that sense. You need to feel like you might lose your life.
baby steps, man.
I don't know.
Like
Relive
I
the
said,
Call of the
first
Wild.
time
Come on.
solo. Maybe someday, but for now, I gotta dip my toes.
I did
And
a solo camping deal in Greece when I was there.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
how
there's a
did
group
that
of
go?
people with, but it wasn't just by myself. But it was like no friends or family went with me on it. I hiked along this like famous Greek gorge. That was one of the
Uh-huh.
trips I did. It's all rocky. It's just miles and miles and miles long. It takes like a whole day of walking just to get to the like summit area of it.
Ah yeah.
Yeah, and then a day back. So not much, but
Neat.
it was fun.
Nice.
The things geologists do for fun.
Yeah, aside from Crimson Desert, I've also got back into Sea of Stars. Oh yeah, I beat the AVGN Deluxe.
How long did that take you?
About 10 hours.
10 hours. Wow. Okay. It's a longer
Yeah.
game than I thought it'd be.
Well, it's like multiple games in one package.
Oh, right.
So yeah, that was fun. And yeah, more Sea of Stars and getting to a big confrontation with two seeming traitors back on another island that has a remixed song of the Messenger. But it sounds like there might be some more connection to the Messenger through this island, so that should be interesting. And I think that's everything I've been playing.
I beat Pragmata. It took me 13 hours to beat it. How
Yeah.
long to beat kind of has it at 14 and a half. So I wasn't really into going to a lot of the red zones. Those are those like hard mode areas where you can get a bunch of loot. I did it through the first like couple areas, but as I played the game, I found that it kind of wasn't worth the like. I never felt like I was under leveled at any point in the game. I just would. Now, when I got near the end, I found myself going back to the home base area quite often just to reload all of my supplies and get my health packs back. The end game is very fun. It really ramps it up in kind of more of a horror element and difficulty, and I like the villain reveal at the end and the motivation, so that's good. The final boss fight was actually kind of easy, which I was surprised about, because there was always sections in the game prior where I was like, man, this section's really hard. This new boss enemy is difficult. My critique of the game is because when I was listening to reviews for it, I was like, maybe a 7 out of 10 is a bit harsh. Because the start is really good. The story seems good, and then I was like, okay, as I got playing, I go, all right, I think I get the 7 out of 10, because there always felt like there was something missing. There wasn't a diverse amount of enemies that I was really hoping for. The weaponry is really cool. I have no complaints about that. I like the hacking mechanic that's in it. Very seamless at times. I like all the weapons that you can improve your hacking. So that was all well and good. But as I'm traversing through, it always felt like something was missing to take it up to that extra notch. And honestly, the little girl I ended up like not giving two shits about her. I got really tired of the whole 7-year-old act.
That's too bad.
Yeah, well, the ending was kind of heartfelt. Kind of opens it up for a sequel. Very cinematic ending sequence with like this huge railgun instance with this very Capcom Resident Evil blobby monster thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Capcom special in that sense. So, probably not going to be top of my game of the year list, but I am glad I played it. No regrets there. I did play it on the
Nice.
Switch 2 the whole time. Never had any slowdown or really any issues with it, so that's good. I messed around with Mario Kart World some more. It's a Mario Kart game, very fun. And I played the first 2 or 3 chapters in 007 First Light.
Oh, yeah, how's that?
Yeah, it's great. This game is phenomenally fun. It is so it's the first like mainline James Bond game in God knows how long, right? Because I honestly can't remember the last like 2 generations a straight up James Bond game, because they were frequented from like 97 to 2005, I would say,
Yeah.
especially on like the
Yeah.
GameCube. There must have been 2 or 3 of those things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Agent Under Fire and Nightfire and all that.
Exactly. Okay, so we've all played like an Uncharted game or know what they are, right?
Yeah.
We've played a Hitman game on the podcast, but have you played a modern Hitman game?
No.
Not me.
Okay. So the way modern Hitman games are is everything's kind of in sections of chapters, and you're given directives to, mess with people's you mess with people's way to kill them. So you can poison someone's food, change clothes, etc. So it because it's the same studio, it plays a lot like that, but it has the cinematic action of an Uncharted game.
Okay.
So there really hasn't been a whole lot of those games other than like Naughty Dog. These big cinematic action sequences. The mixture of these two things makes this game really fun. The combat is better than an Uncharted game because it's closer to Hitman. But then it has like the story and writing to make you feel like you're playing a movie. But it's very interactive. Just like kind of Uncharted, except this isn't more like AK-47 gunfight cover type stuff. This focuses more on punching, hand-to-hand combat, using your smartwatch to fiddle with everyone's shit and electronics. Very fun. It feels like a James Bond movie that you get to play. So I have a friend or two that always comes over. We're just going to play this game together. This will be like a weekly just get together thing. Hey, we're playing James Bond, order pizza, hang out for a couple hours. So I'm about 5 hours into the game, basically. And it's funny how it starts off, it gives you an introduction of how James Bond got into MI6. Then there's a training sequence of him training to be an MI6. And then you have your first like surprise mission of graduation along with all these other agents of trying to, and this feels like Hitman, where it goes, okay, your objective is you have 3 different objectives and 3 different ways to get it, and then there's a sequence of events that unfold based on your decisions in the game. It's very fun. I do recommend 007 First Light. I think it's between this and Resident Evil Requiem for Game of the Year. I haven't played Saros. I don't think I will this year. I might near the end of the year. I expect maybe in July there'll be a lull. July, August will there be a lull because all this last week there was the State of Play for PlayStation, Nintendo Directs around the corner, and then there was Summer Game Fest. And there's just a slew of games coming out in September, right before Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to hit the market.
Okay.
Like Control Resident is one of those. Games. Yeah, and I think we're all gonna get that one.
I think so.
So I got to figure out what I'm going to play after Pragmata, and as 007 First Light is kind of on the slow burn for the year. I still have all my little mini games I'm doing on the handhelds. I still got Xenogears I'm trugging away through. Haven't played that in about a week. Very sad with myself. Just other things have come up between golf tournaments and going out on some dates. So I'm busy with real life stuff. Yay. Okay, so listening to a bunch of podcasts, and I guess there's this topic going around the retro gaming podcasting sphere, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of jump into it, jump into the conversation. Okay.
I actually forgot to mention I bought a bunch of games at Anime North a couple weekends ago.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot that real quick as I make some timestamps here.
Yeah. I found a Wii copy of Super Mario Galaxy 2. I figured that would be a lot less pricey than buying the Switch version with 1 and 2.
I did that too recently. Not at like a Game Fest, but I bought Galaxy 2 because I'd never played it.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe I should delete some of these games off the list and just play that instead. My game tracker that I just haven't gotten to this year.
Ah, yeah.
I should do that.
I also found No More Heroes 2 on Wii. So now I have the whole trilogy.
Nice.
And I haven't played a single one. And I found the Guacamelee 1-2 Punch collection.
Ooh.
That ran me a bit.
I have Guacamelee on the Vita. So I have that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also found Shantae on Switch, the original. I think I have the whole set on physical now. Because I recently got Risky's Revenge on PS5 from that sale at VG Plus, or Video Games Plus.
Yeah, I got to go through the list of games and see which ones I actually have. Because there's so many of them, I've kind of lost track.
Ah, yeah. And I got a Record of Lodos War, D-Lit in Wonderland, or Wonder Labyrinth.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a pretty good Metroidvania. And I got the Grandia HD collection on Switch.
Oh, Dreamcast RPG. How about that? Well, I guess it was also on the PlayStation, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, let me look at this. Grandia game. Oh, was there 3 of them?
I think there was actually 4.
Oh, man. Okay. Grandia. Yeah, I've never actually played any of the Grandia games.
I've heard good things about them.
Okay, so there's 3 mainline games, and then there's a game called Grandia Extreme. I guess. More battle-focused. Okay.
Yeah. Just seems like one of those ones that has a real following, like Suikoden.
Let's Let's see, Grandia HD collection. What's on that one?
I think 1 through 3.
Oh, that'd be neat. Let me look at the Grandia HD collection. Okay. It's taking me straight to the Nintendo store. Well, that would give me the answer right away, wouldn't it? Let's see. It's only the first 2.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. That's too bad. That's like Xenosaga, where you can only get the first 2 games, and the third one's like $200.
Yeah, really. Suikoden did the same thing with their HD thing.
Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. So Grandia 1 was on the PlayStation and Saturn. Grandia 2 was on the Dreamcast and PS2. And then Grandia 3 was PS2 exclusive.
Cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never played Grandia. Maybe that'd be a good one to kind of slip into the podcast at some point.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have the means to play it.
Mm-hmm. I'm very much with you on the Grandia scale here. I'm gonna see how much this game physically goes for. $50 on the PlayStation. Grandia 2 on the Dreamcast is $30. That's doable. PS2 is $15. That's half.
Wow.
Grandia 3 is $20. So if you're really into the series, you can absolutely get it.
Nice.
Let's see. And then I'm looking for the Sega Saturn Grandia 1. Let's see. Just do Sega. Japanese Sega Saturn, no. Dreamcast. Okay, so on the Saturn, it's Japanese only. So your options for English is PlayStation, basically all the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, HD collection, not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to find, but I got it.
Would you pay like $100 Canadian for it or something?
$150.
Oof, brutal. Ouch.
Yeah, but it's an investment.
I guess you better play that fucking game then. Paying that kind of money. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see what it could get off eBay. I'm sure Joey's finding this like very investing.
I'm just watching F1.
Of course.
So you can buy it now on eBay for $80. American.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Onto the topic?
Yes.
Okay. So I gotta make a new timestamp then. So many podcasts, and by many I mean I listen to 5 of them. Of my 7 podcasts of retro gaming or gaming wise in my feed, 5 of them did the 25 essential games you must play. Like to count yourself as a gamer, loose quotes there. You have to play these 25 games. Now, some people were doing 50, and others were doing like 10. And then I kind of settled on 25 is kind of a good number for it. And I thought it'd be fun if we just list and think off the top of our heads, as opposed to what they did, where they listed out like 50 games and then broke the list down, and it was a whole podcast episode about it. I'd like us to just kind of come to a loose agreement on what 25 that we think as a gamer we should play as an essential. What's interesting was these podcasts all had different mindsets on how to approach it. They were thinking the best games, critically acclaimed, bestsellers, popularity. My personal perspective, and what I'm going to try to convince you guys is more of like historical importance, that you have to play these games at least once to understand where we're at even in today's gaming world. So like number one, I'm thinking like the original Super Mario Bros, Donkey Kong on like ColecoVision that you can get different versions of. Those like two immediately come to mind. Oh, and Tetris.
Pong.
Pong, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing Pong, Donkey Kong, Tetris, and then Super Mario Bros. And none of those podcasts had Super Mario Bros. They all said Mario 3. But I go, but it's not the original. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I agree Mario 3 is a better game, but you got to play the original Mario.
Yeah. Also, Super Mario World.
Now, is that essential since we already have Mario?
I think once you get Mario, you can understand that it gets better as it goes on. So I don't think we need other Marios unless it's completely different. Like maybe you want to say like Sunshine or Galaxy that changed from a platform.
But see, I'd put Mario 64 over those because that's the first 3D Mario, and that redefined like 3D platforming.
No, I get that.
I agree.
All right, so Mario 64 is on there.
2 TD or another 3D Mario kind of covers it.
I agree. Like, I think Odyssey is one of the best Mario games out there, period, but without Mario 64, and Mario 64 still holds up to this day, to me, it's essential.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the podcasts really focused in on hard on, like, open world games, and they were very modern about it, and I did not agree with that. So, like, I'd lean towards, like, the original Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
And then maybe Breath of the Wild you could throw on there as redefining what open world gaming is.
Yeah, for sure.
The argument I'd like to have is Breath of the Wild the essential one, or is Ocarina of Time the essential one?
I would do Ocarina of Time.
It's that similar Mario to Mario 64 thing.
I'd say Ocarina of Time between those two.
Yeah, I've never played Breath of the Wild. But I played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
All right, so we're doing...
And I generally prefer Ocarina of Time over Breath of the Wild.
All right, so we're up to 7 games.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Why GoldenEye? Because
that was like the quintessential couch shooter, multiplayer shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that same vein, I'd say Doom, the original Doom.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Doom. Yeah, it's very pivotal to PC gaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got GoldenEye, Doom. Are we doing Halo for online/LAN shooters?
Yeah.
Or would we do Call of Duty instead because it defined... No, actually, I'd do Counter-Strike instead of Call of Duty. What do you think?
Yeah, but I would do Halo if we're going to do any of those three, even as a Counter-Strike fan.
Yeah.
Halo, I think, was bigger and more
ubiquitous.
Okay, so we're doing Halo. Like, as a not Halo fan and not Counter-Strike fan, I'd still think Halo put it up a notch.
I would say Half-Life.
Half-Life, computer story-driven. Yeah, Half-Life, I think, is a no-brainer.
Story-driven? That's pretty intriguing.
Alexa, off. Computer, off.
I didn't even hear it.
I didn't even say anything that would trigger it. That's so weird. Okay. So we're up to 11.
So we would need some kind of side-scrolling beat-em-up. And this is one where you can choose from a few different ones. You could do like Simpsons, or you could do like Double Dragon, or...
Yeah, I was going to say Double Dragon or Streets of Rage.
Or Fatal Fury?
No, I think Double Dragon would probably be the the best
You think Double Dragon?
and the most fitting.
I don't know. I kind of like Streets of Rage more.
I'd rather go Double Dragon out of those two.
Double Dragon? Okay, so you guys are Double Dragon. Oh, Sonic.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, are we doing the original or Sonic 2?
That's a good question. I think the original.
So, I think Sonic 2. Because the first one was still on like the Master System and doing that, and it wasn't quite the console war era yet.
But it has the Green Hill Zone, man.
I mean, they all have the
that
Green
theme
Hill
is
Zone.
iconic. That theme is iconic.
What do you think, Joey? The first or second one?
Leaning towards the first.
Okay, so we'll just do Sonic the Hedgehog.
Just like you said with Mario, third one might have been better, but gotta go with the first.
Well, my argument was the console wars didn't really kick in until the sequel. That's what put it over and had Sega with more market share than Nintendo for that short period of time.
Okay.
I gotta read that book. It's supposed to be really good.
The original Mario Kart. If we got, there should be at least one racing game on here.
I'd put Gran Turismo then, the first one.
I've never played that one.
I mean, the Gran Turismo
played Need for
series for racing games is like the most lucrative racing franchise of all time.
Yeah, that or Need for Speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, Need for Speed quickly became the whole gimmick. You know, with the cops chasing you, and then it got to ticket racing, and so we're going gimmick racing. Then there's car combat racing, which is Mario Kart, and then simulation racing. Do we need all three of those on there?
No.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Let's table the racing game for a little bit, because we definitely have to have one racing game on here for sure.
Another one could be, or not for racing, but just the list in general, SimCity.
Or how about The Sims?
That's a possibility too, I guess.
Yeah, different types of sim stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
or Civilization. You got to play a Civilization game. I guess that's like strategy. You don't really need to do that, do you?
Turn-based. And in that case, then we're doing strategy. Say Warcraft 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah, World of Warcraft.
Not just Warcraft.
Or just Warcraft in general?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna put an MMO on there, then yeah, World of Warcraft.
I think World of Warcraft. You got to at least try something like that, and World of Warcraft is the definition of it.
Yeah.
Okay, World of Warcraft. Portal was on a lot of people's lists. I'm not sure I agree with that. I just don't understand the fascination with Portal.
Because it's a solid game.
I know it's really good. I mean, there's a lot of really good games out there, but Essential? I don't know. Most interactive. I guess it's like the best interaction puzzle game you could have.
It's well known enough that it actually got a mention on The Walking Dead. So, make it that way you will.
I want to put Warcraft 3 on this list.
Why?
Cover strategy, and it also introduced Dota, which then introduced League of Legends. So, although I don't think you can play Battle.net anymore, so you can't really play Dota through it, and you might be able to find some. But, that game was huge, and it spawned a whole genre off of it from fan-made stuff.
I'm leaning more towards 2 myself, but then again, that's just because I played it as a kid.
Oh, bad kitty. Just knocked a controller off the couch.
Ah, shit.
Douchebag. So you guys are both leaning Warcraft 2/3 in any way possible to play them.
I would say, yeah, the cover strategy and importance, or you can do StarCraft if you don't want to do another Warcraft.
Oh, StarCraft. I think that'd cover it better than Warcraft.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, StarCraft. We'll do with that. What's the saying? Those minerals are not, or something, something or other.
You must construct additional pylons.
Yeah, that's it. That's really what I was thinking of. You're right. Okay. Yeah, StarCraft is a good pull. I like that because that
Yeah.
covers a lot of ground.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Well, then, in the crafty sense, Minecraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was thinking about the list, I'm like, okay, what game defines like a young gamer in the last 15 years? And
Dude, that covers like 20 years.
well, at this
Yeah.
point, yeah, but I'm thinking like there's Roblox, there's Fortnite, there's GTA 5 that no child should be playing it, but in terms of like the popular definition, and then Minecraft, and I think Minecraft covers like that whole ground. Because it's just crafty world building, no real ending to anything. Yeah, I think that kind of covers it. And then in the sense, you don't need Rocket League or Fortnite on there at all because
For
of
sure.
Minecraft. So we're up to 16.
There should be one GTA on there. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think.
original, I would say.
Well, the original is that top-down 2D thing. You're thinking of Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto 3.
I think either you do 3 or 5.
Yeah, I think when
Right.
you're making a list like this, it's just whatever the popular Grand Theft Auto game at the time is. Because I wouldn't say Essential is playing 3. I'd say it's just what's the one currently hitting the market. Because if we made this list like 20 years ago, then it would be Grand Theft Auto, what? Vice City 4 or something like that, San Andreas, around there. You get the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So we'll put GTA 5, even though I just said Minecraft kind of covers that, but there was a big argument to not put GTA 5 on any of these lists.
I mean, like the whole GTA series, that thing has been huge pop culturally. Sales.
Since 3.
It's been a lot, taking a lot of brunt for like games are bad shit. Like that thing is even interwoven with all of gaming. Like you can't escape GTA.
Yeah. Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Street Fighter 2, whichever version tickles your fancy. And that covers fighting games, I think, pretty well. So we need 6 more games that come to mind. We definitely need an RPG on here of some kind. So whether that's Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, I think a Final Fantasy is...
Yeah, I'd say Final Fantasy.
I'd say either Final Fantasy 6 or 7.
I think I would just put Final Fantasy in general. Like, just pick one and play it. Because you never know what type of person will like one version or another. It could be the action-oriented game of Final Fantasy 16. It could be the 2D version of Final Fantasy 6, or like they'll find which one to play. And I don't think there's a right answer.
Final Fantasy is enough to make you an essential gamer.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. We'll just make it a general term. Because there's so many of them, you just got to like close your eyes and throw a dart at the at the board of Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Because even if you play the first one, like you'll get RPGs.
For sure.
Will it click the same way as playing like a Final Fantasy 7? Well, no. But you just yeah, okay. All right, down to 20 through 25.
I would say a Madden game.
Or a FIFA game.
Yeah.
So FIFA soccer for just sports.
Yeah, sure.
That
Because Madden would be like American.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Some FIFA game. Doesn't have to be a modern one. I would probably say stay away from the modern one.
Yeah, FIFA soccer, you'll get sports. Yeah, that covers. Yeah, because then if you're like, well, I'm not a soccer fan, I'm a baseball fan, then you'll know which one to kind of replace your essential list with.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the sports poll.
Or you can do backyard baseball.
Well, Wii baseball. Wii Sports in general would be a fun, like, essential game to play, because that, you know what? Let's replace FIFA Soccer with just Wii Sports. What do you think?
I don't know about that.
Well, historically, with how the Wii popped off and who was playing, like, everyone and their mother, literally, and grandmother were
I
playing
get
Wii
that,
Sports.
But, like, can you go out and get a Wii right now?
Sure. You can go on eBay and get a Wii, no problem.
Sports, you can get it on any system. You just pick up and play something. I would say it's more that.
Okay, we'll stick. I look, I was just throwing in a bone for Wii Sports.
Yeah, but Wii Sports is a different experience because of the motion controls. So FIFA is, I feel, is a more ubiquitous experience.
Okay. How about the Oregon Trail?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, historically, that's pretty big.
If you want to be Canadian, you can do one of the games we're playing today.
I would still pull
Yeah.
Oregon Trail. All right, the Oregon Trail. 4 more. This is fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thinking of
Resident Evil.
Oh, Resident Evil could be good. See, I'm thinking Atari right now in my head. Something like Frogger, Pac-Man.
Oh, Pac-Man, yeah.
Pac-Man, I think would be, Pac-Man for sure. We almost didn't have that. That's wild. Then I'm like thinking Asteroids, Galaga.
Oh, Space Invaders.
Even better. Space Invaders for sure. Okay, I think that covers that like era pretty well at that point. Got 2 more.
Yeah.
I think we got Nintendo down pretty well. I think we got Sega down just alone with Sonic. Xbox with Halo, that covers the consoles. PlayStation, we got Final Fantasy, among other things.
I would say either Tomb Raider or Uncharted. Pick whatever one of those.
In terms of like story adventures?
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. I vote for Tomb Raider on that one.
I think historically Tomb Raider is certainly more important. And they're essentially the same games now.
Yeah.
We need a Metroidvania. I mean, I'm thinking Super Metroid.
Well, in that sense, Castlevania and Super Metroid are both met with Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
That's true.
Because then that would cover that whole basis of type of game.
Sure. Yeah, Symphony of the Night sounds like a good idea.
What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. All right, last one. So Tomb Raider. There's Metal Gear Solid we could throw there.
I think you should go to the top 10 worst games of all time and play one of them.
Ooh. What, like Big Rig or something?
Yeah, or like
so you realize like
Superman
what
64 or ET or just something that's
so bad that like you now know what a terrible game is. Ooh, that's a good way to look at it. That's fun. That's very funny. I think Castlevania Symphony of the Night also covers like just side-scrolling action as well, so you don't need a Mega Man anymore.
Yeah.
You don't need a Contra. Would you even need a 3D action? Oh God, Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness.
Oh, jeez.
It's one of the worst games of
Devil
all
May Cry?
time, and it covers that action style.
Go for it.
Maybe the first Devil May Cry.
No.
I mean, yeah, there's probably no room for that one at this point.
I'm thinking Sega Saturn, but there's nothing that comes to mind from that console. PS2. Ooh. Yeah, filling in this last one's tough. Joey, I kind of like your idea of like 10 worst games of all time.
Let's just put ET then.
I mean,
I think
ET
Superman
has a lot of
64 might
history
be-
to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that or Superman 64.
I kind of like ET. I like that pull. Because then that also leads to people researching the whole like gaming crash and the
Yeah.
landfill fines and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I kind of ET on the Atari. What a fun. Yeah, okay, it's in there. ET is number
Nice.
25. None of those other podcasts threw ET on there. Joey's the man with his ideas.
Yeah.
Just trying to spread hate and pain.
Hate and pain is spread. That's great. Oh, that's so good. But I do agree with it though. When you're trying to learn gaming history and what's considered essential, like everything that goes along with ET, like you're a more knowledgeable gamer having played ET than not.
You can't just stick to all the great stuff because then you think gaming's just always been great.
That's right. It's another yeah. Why do companies go under? It's games like ET.
Yeah.
All right, so the list consists of Pong, Donkey Kong, Tetris, Super Mario Bros, Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, 007 GoldenEye, Doom, Halo, Half-Life, Double Dragon, which I think is one that could be replaced at any moment. I think that's the weakest one on the list. Sonic the Hedgehog, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Minecraft, GTA 5, Street Fighter 2, Final Fantasy, FIFA Soccer, The Oregon Trail, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and E.T. rounds out the list. I think Double Dragon's the only one that sticks out there. Maybe you don't need that there. Maybe we can replace that with something else. What about you guys? What do you think? Any other game you could think of and replace with another?
Well, either Streets of Rage or Final Fight could replace Double Dragon.
Mm.
I don't know which one would be replaced, but I kind of feel like Devil May Cry would have a spot on the list somewhere.
Devil May Cry over Double Dragon?
I mean, we don't have like any beat 'em up. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like God of War or what's that game? We just run around killing 1,000 of people.
Oh,
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Oh yeah.
I don't think a Dynasty Warriors game is essential at all.
Yeah, probably not.
Any other game on the list that you might replace?
Not without thinking about it for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty good at this. I think this is a good spot.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the top 25 essential games to play. So some of the games that were like repeat across all these podcasts, Symphony of the Night was on a lot of people's list, just from its critical acclaim alone.
Yeah.
We explained it certainly different than all of them. Street Fighter 2 was on there. Final Fantasy 7 specifically was on there. They were doing, let's see, Legend of Zelda and Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 was on the list. Donkey Kong Country made 2 of the lists, which I found interesting. And then it was a lot of, I think those are only cross games that we had. I think Doom was on a couple of them as well. A lot of these were sticking to like more modern. So like Witcher 3 was a lot on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah.
God of War 2018 was on there. Last of Us was on there.
Mm.
I think Gears of War made a list. Oh, we never put a racing game on there.
Yeah, that's why I suggested Mario Kart at one point.
So maybe instead of Double Dragon, we do Mario Kart?
Yeah, sure.
Joey?
If you want.
Okay, so instead of Double Dragon, it's Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, that's the list. I'm going to play a drop, and we can get to our 2 games for the topic. Here we go.
Why not about the games that are coming out that have been announced? You don't want to talk about the new Stuntman?
Oh, the new Stuntman? Joey, you and I beat that original Stuntman on the PS2.
I know. New Stuntman's come out, and a Guild Wars 3 was announced.
Really?
I'm excited about that. Although beta's not going to start until next year, so it's probably not coming out to 2028, but Guild Wars.
Nice.
I mean, of the games coming out, I think the new Marvel's Wolverine looks pretty sick. I'll probably get that. That's also in September.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be pretty graphic.
Oh yeah, you watch the trailer. It's so bloody. It's very, very bloody. Tomb Raider was delayed till February next year, so good birthday present for me. Final Fantasy VII Revelation is spring next year. I think they said April.
Oh,
Until Dawn 2's coming out, Colin.
Oh, interesting.
That's next year. There was no update on Tides of Annihilation or Phantom Blade Zero. I was kind of bummed about that. Oh, I bought Mina the Hollower. I just haven't fucking played it yet. I need to do that.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that after this podcast, actually. I'll hook that on. There's the game. There, answered my own question. I'll play Blueprints and Mina the Hollower. I'm loving the Switch 2. And again, I said this on the last episode. That thing went up $200+. I had a feeling it was going to do that. I bought that and no regrets. And it is the Switch, but better. So by default, Switch 2 is one of the greatest consoles of all time now. To me, it's the same realm of the PS2. The PlayStation was fucking great, and the PS2 is even better. Plus, it can play the PlayStation games. See what I'm saying?
I guess from a performance perspective, from the perspective of shitty business practices, I don't know. On the part of Nintendo, I mean.
I don't know, man. Like, I like the Wii U a lot. Plus, it can play the Wii games. I think the Wii U is a better console, but clearly it wasn't very popular. I fear that the Switch 2 is going to get to the point of Wii U not in terms of sales. It's already like made a ton of money, but
Yeah.
in its like historical significance kind of situation. Anyways, I'm still pumped for Splatoon Raiders next month. That'll be fun.
Okay. Yeah, I might wait for a physical copy of Mina the Hollower to come available. Just
I mean,
because
it'll
I got
come
so much other
eventually from
shit.
like limited run games or something. Certainly would get that.
Yeah.
Oh, Colin, there's a game I think that's right up your alley, and I like them too. It's called Zero Paredes.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
It just came out like a couple weeks ago. It really reminds me of like the 999 type games,
Oh yeah,
but
interesting.
it's made by the same people who did what's that? Zero Paredes. It is made by the people who did, as I stall for time because I can't, Disco Elysium,
Interesting.
but it's more detective based, I believe.
So it's Zero Parades for Dead Spies?
Yes. What was I saying? Paredes?
Yes.
Oh God. Ugh. Disgusted at myself. Ugh. That's me speaking. That's me speaking different languages recently. I'll use that excuse. Been learning
Maybe down the line
Portuguese
I'll have
all
a
of a
look.
sudden. Topic time?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Topic time.
56 minutes in. Woof. All right. So, Colin, Joey, we're doing history lessons. The Oregon Trail is not on this list. However, we have a point-click type adventure and an adventure learning game. I want to do the learning one second.
Yeah.
So, Colin,
Which,
Joey.
by the way, was made. By the way, that one was made by the same people that did the Oregon Trail.
Oh, that
So-
makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah. And we've already done the Oregon Trail in a previous cast, so this one is the next on the down the list.
All right. So the first
But we'll get
one
to that.
is what, Colin? Why don't you take over?
It is The Last Express on PC. It was developed by Smoking Car Productions and published by Broderbund, Interplay, and .emu.
Yeah, that was later. That's the like remake thing. Broderbund is
Yeah.
the big one. There's Carmen Sandiego games.
Yeah.
Very much along that. Yeah, this game bankrupted Smoking Car Productions.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Did you look at the history of this game? Like how it
Well,
came
I
to be
know-
and why?
Well, I know it was written, directed,
No.
and designed by Jordan Mechner, who is the creator of Prince of Persia.
Yep.
So that was really interesting. And just, I mean, I've seen like a brief summary of how things happened on Wikipedia. Like it did not make a lot of money on its release, but it got a lot of great reviews. But there was supposed to be a PlayStation port, but it got canceled.
Mm-hmm. The history is the entire game is in this like fully acted rotoscope. So
Yeah.
it took like 4 or 5 years to develop. So it's like a modern game level of development time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these games at the time had like anywhere from like 4 to 8 people working on these things. This had like 60.
Yeah.
With all the full voice acting and movement. Because when you play this game, it's like full motion in real time the entire time.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, there's a lot of bits where it just kind of skips the frames. It's just one guy's looking into his left and then immediately he's looking to his right.
Yeah, it's
the
very
rest of the
skippy,
time-
but that is the challenge of the rotoscope and doing everything in real time. So you can imagine how much development and how much effort it took just to make a game like this. And it cost them a shit ton of money. And because they used all their money in production, they weren't able to do any publicity for the game at all.
Mhm.
So nobody knew it was out. And I had to go through a few articles of this, like old magazines and whatnot, because Windows was going from 95 to 97, and with the like full-on floppy disks to CD transfer, there just wasn't also enough people that could buy the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was this awkward point in time when it was released and its price point and how much, like, it was destined to be a failure. Even
Yeah,
if
that's
the
too
game
bad.
was critically acclaimed, it didn't matter. So yeah, they went bankrupt. To the point, even Broderbund had to sell themselves.
Man, that's
Like the publisher also
brutal.
lost money. Yeah, it's a brutal story. So yeah, Last Express, 1997 came out.
hmm Yeah, and the premise is as follows. It's takes place in July of 1914, just before the beginning of World War One. And you play as a man named Robert Cath, who is invited to join his friend Tyler Whitney to ride the Orient Express from Paris, France to Constantinople, which is modern day Istanbul. But upon boarding the train, he finds Tyler dead in his compartment. And
Murder on the Orient
what-
Express. Agatha Christie living well.
Yeah, yeah. And what was apparently a very valuable treasure in a strongbox is missing. So you spend the game trying to figure out who killed Tyler and stole the treasure.
Yeah, the golden egg.
Yep. All the while interacting with various people on the train and also dodging attacks and takeovers of the train by Serbian revolutionaries, among other things.
Mm-hmm. So you had Yugoslavia under threat. You had the evil German, the evil Russian. You have like a British spy, assuming. It's all kinds of characters. First off, the game starts ridiculous because he finds his friend, by the way. Oh, Tyler's dead. And instead of like informing anybody, he fucking throws his friend's body off the train.
Yeah, yeah.
and he poses at him. I'm like, whoa, hold on. I was like, that's your friend, and you poop off with you. I gotta solve this.
Yeah.
Instead of like searching the body for like super clues or anything and getting help, it's the equivalent of that whole before DNA testing joke. Oh my god, there's been a murder. Look at all this blood. Gross. Blood. Gross. Clean it up. Get that out of here. We have a murder to solve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really was quite good at getting our main character to die in the same ways over and over again. Oh, I got stabbed again. Great. Oh, why does this guy have a sword? I'm cut in half. That's a gun.
Yeah.
I'm also dead again. Oh, I'm beaten to death yet again. Like over and over again.
Yeah. And it plays a lot like Shenmue in that time passes in-game continuously. And certain things that happen at certain times that can be important to the plot. Those happen, but just like with Prince of Persia, there's time reversal. You can actually go back to various key points in time if need be and figure out what to do from there. And I remember a tagline there's an advertisement in the PC Gamer magazine, just one copy that my dad brought home way back when. And it says, it leaves Paris with passengers. It reaches Constantinople with survivors.
Oh, God. The key mechanic is the rewind pocket watch deal.
Yeah.
So when you die, you got it. Basically, I got into this habit of, okay, I died. I'm actually writing things down like I was in Blueprints or am in Blueprints. Because you got to rewind like 30 minutes of game time in order to like truly know what went wrong and where else you need to be. Sounds kind of cumbersome after a while. I get why it's like that. And I do like that instead of just straight up game over, start over from a save. That made it a little more interesting and unique to it all. You can see why the Prince of Persia developer is the way he is.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a detective throughout the whole thing. Do I eavesdrop on this conversation or do I search this car longer? So once I think it was my third game over and I was rewinding about half an hour, what I started doing was accepting the fact that I was going to die in the future. And I'd simply just take my time trying to find certain clues and find out what's most important. Then that's when I started, because I'd do like 10 minutes, do the thing I set out to do, have, accomplish the game plan, and then I'd rewind 10 minutes and go to the next thing. Rewind 10 minutes, go to the next thing. So instead of just going back 30 minutes and trying my best to progress through the game, I was doing that, and then that was causing me to die less because I already had the information I needed to go on what I thought was the right path. Now, where I stopped was I was about 3 hours into the game, and it was a game over, and I just could not figure out where in the point of time I didn't have the information. So I had to rewind like a good hour and a half in order to find that. And I went, okay, I'm not going to replay all of this just to get back to that point. That's way too cumbersome to get there. So that's where I stopped. And it was because of that very long, excessive backtracking that I had to do. And the game plays in this like 9x4 vertical thing the whole time, which I found very annoying.
Yeah, and as far as getting around is concerned, it's very similar to Myst.
It's very slow.
Just kind of, yeah. Yeah, I was only able to play for like an hour, but
How many times did you die in that hour? Couple?
well, the only fight I got into was with that guy with the knife.
Well,
So I had a couple of times getting through that fight, but I was able
I
to
hate those action
ultimately-
scenes. They suck.
Yeah. Yeah, they're basically just QTE sequences, more or less.
Yeah, but with
You don't even get like prompts on the screen.
Yeah, but with the mouse controls, I was like, oh my god. Now, if I played this on my A-Way and Thor, maybe I'd have a better time.
Maybe.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, what'd you think, Joey?
Not my cup of tea. I did find the artwork interesting though. I wasn't expecting voice acting, but I mean, I didn't play. I just watched videos. I wasn't going to spend $6 on this.
Oh, the game's old enough where you don't need to spend any money.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can go to
Really?
go to
So
just
I
a
thought it was
website to
on-
play it for free, like that is the second game we played.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did with the other one. I guess when I searched, it came up Steam and GOG. So I was like, oh,
That is
I'm not
the
paying for
easiest
it.
way to play it.
Yeah, I used GOG myself because I was interested in playing this one even before picking the topic, which I guess is why it's just on this topic to begin with.
I mean, I like the game a lot. It's just very cumbersome. Like I got to sink a lot of hours into this, kind of like Blueprints.
Yeah.
It does remind me a lot of Blueprints. Obviously, it's not roguelike or anything, but with how many times I had to replay the same sequences, it sure felt like a roguelike.
Yeah. And I had a bit of a hard time getting into it. Maybe I'm just not in the mood for this kind of game at the moment, but just it's so vague in what it wants you to do to advance or do anything important, and it doesn't even really tell you what the end goal is per se. I mean, sure,
Survive,
you gotta
Colin. It's
recover
right on the box.
You gotta find the treasure, but I don't know. I never got into any particular sequence that, besides that one knife fight, I wasn't really in any danger per se.
Let's see how long it takes to beat this game. The Last Express.
I mean, if I had a vested interest in pre-World War I European history, I might be really into this.
Says it's 8.5 hours, so I played about half the game, just about.
Yeah, sounds
Jeez.
about right.
That's longer than I thought it'd be.
No, I could see it. I could easily see this at 8 hours because of how much repetition you got to do. But yeah, my suggestion would be to play them in those like goal intervals that last 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and just rewind immediately and get to your next clue that you want to do. And then when you think you've covered an area, pick the best clues that you think will progress you through. Yeah, and it's super unique with the full voice acting and rotoscoping. I can't say I've played a game remotely like that. And I've played a lot of FMV
same.
games on the 3DO.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, regardless of my qualms with the game, I give it a pass overall. I mean, it's well made, more or less, for the time.
It's super well made, but it's way too esoteric in everything it wants you to do.
Yeah, that's true.
It's almost better. It might be more fun
I'm out.
if you play this game with a friend who has a walkthrough in front of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it'd be a fun little couch co-op experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
So
Kinda
I
like
pass it
Night
in that
Trap.
sense. Yeah, exactly. It's all those kinds of games. Night Trap, Dragon's Lair, except without the real-time action nonsense.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna fail it.
I figured you would.
Fair enough.
Not your type of game. Next.
Okay. The next game is the Yukon Trail on PC. Also on PC. Developed and published by the Minnesota Educational Computing Consortium, or MEC for short.
Mm-hmm.
Released on PC and Mac in North America in 1994. And if MEC sounds familiar, they're the Oregon Trail guys.
Oh yeah, it's right on the
And-
box art.
Yeah,
We also made Oregon Trail.
yeah. Although this game isn't nearly as challenging as that one.
No, it is
It's
not.
impossible to fail.
It is very much just educate yourself on the trek that was the Klondike Gold Rush,
Yeah, yeah.
which only spanned, I think it
Yeah,
was like
but
4
if you
years.
Probably. Yeah, it was back in 1897.
You went too slow. You didn't get a good spot.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, you gotta choose a traveling partner to go to Alaska, and then from there travel on foot to the Yukon Territory to dig up some sweet, sweet gold.
No, the Klondike Gold Rush only lasted 2 years.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little longer because this game, Colin, Joey, really, it's Colin, you specifically, I learned a lot about the Klondike Gold Rush specifically because I was at the RCMP museum in Regina.
Oh, yeah.
And I spent probably 20 minutes just reading, and because they have all these displays and everything on what happened during this era, and the trek on the White Pass or the Chilkoot Trail was so treacherous, and there was no like way to get across this mountain range easily. And these two ways were the quote unquote easiest. That one and during this like small period of time, I could have sworn it was 4 years, but there was people continuing to try to find gold in other areas because getting to the Klondike area was so bad. So eventually a ship looking for whale oil, if I remember the history correctly, in Nome, Alaska, found gold, and that because that was so much easier just to get, because all you had to do was have a boat and not hit icebergs, which is only 1/4 of the journey to Klondike, is the same thing. Once they found gold in Nome, Alaska, that like completely said, well, fuck the Klondike area. We're going to Nome, Alaska, and that's my understanding of what happened, why people stopped going here.
Yeah, they very briefly reference that at the very end of Yukon Trail after you.
Oh,
Stake your
really? Because I
claim.
didn't finish this.
Well, yeah,
Didn't
after
make
you
it?
after
I
you
mean,
stake your claim.
I thought this was just like an educational thing, and I was like, okay, I played half of walking to Dawson basically, and I'm like, okay, I've had enough. It's not as interesting as Oregon Trail.
Yeah. If you get there, the faster you get there, the better land you can pick. And then
Yeah.
even then, it's a crapshoot. I made just about 50,000 gold on my land.
Yeah. And then the prospector guy you see at the very beginning comes on screen and says, "Congratulations, friend. You're rich. You wouldn't want to bankroll an old sourdough, would you? I heard rumor of a big strike near Nome."
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. Look at that. So I did remember my history pretty okay.
There you go.
And I think you get a different title depending on how much gold you made at the end. But my game
Yeah.
crashed right before I got to that scene.
Yeah, if you get like between $50,000 and $100,000 worth of gold, you're a sourdough. If you get over 100,000, you're a Yukoner. And I forget what the other titles are.
I think we should take
think there's
a
a
group trip
Stampeder.
to the Klondike area. Let's go to Dawson City, guys. Come on. The Yukon is one of 2 places in Canada I haven't been yet.
I wouldn't mind.
I need to go to Prince Edward Island and eat my weight in mussels, and I need to go to the Yukon. That's it. That's all I've missed in that entire like northern region of above North America. I've been to Alaska. I've been to none of it. I've been to Saskatchewan of all places.
Maybe, but not this year.
Obviously, we also have to walk the White Pass. We have to do it. I've looked at it. It takes a week to get there walking.
Yeah.
Who's with me? Joey,
No.
If you're
come on.
serious.
Come on. Come on, Joey.
No.
I'm not saying we
I've got
go in the dead
flights
of winter.
from
That'd be
Houston
silly.
To Dawson. Flights one way is about $800. I don't think it's worth $800 one way.
But we could strike rich. It's adventure and the prospect of getting
There's
gold.
So much gold left. So much gold left in them hills.
I mean, look, geologist here. I'll find the vein. It only lasted 2 years.
Mhm.
They all went to Nome. Come on, it's still there. It's only been like 100 years. It's fine.
Well, what are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for? Let's get some Packers and go on our way. I was always wondering because I was playing this from, again, the kind of relearning the history of this. I wondered why, and I couldn't find the answer. Maybe you know this, Colin. Why did they go out of Seattle and not Vancouver?
I guess this was made more for an American audience than a Canadian one.
But even it had to be with how the state lines were, that the only way to get to Dawson was to land in, what were the 2 cities? Dia and Skagway, which is part of Dai, because that's part of America, technically. It's Alaska.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're Canadian, you couldn't just go over the border like that?
Yeah, it's there's a whole process to that. You don't get into Canada until like after you've gone at least a significant portion of the trail.
Right. The border is going down the White Pass or Chilkoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to be a Klondiker.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a horrible insult. Goddamn Klondiker. One would think that's like a frozen lesbian or something.
Yeah, really. Yeah, which travel partner did both of you pick when you first played this?
I picked the Inuit.
The native.
Yeah, so Joey and I were the same mind there.
So Linda.
Yeah. Who'd you pick, Colin?
Yes.
Well, when I was a kid, I always went with Jake. He's like the carpenter guy.
Oh, I was
But,
thinking about him hard, yeah. But
I
I'm like,
found out
okay,
Linda is the fastest traveler because she can carry heavy loads no problem.
Oh. See, I was thinking of picking the carpenter because I'm like, shit, if stuff breaks down, then he could easily fix something up or fast it. But then I'm like,
Yes,
wait a minute,
that only
we're not having wagons. We're using an ox at best, and
yeah, and
the horses are
the
gonna
only
die.
the only time his skills would come in handy is when you're on the boats going down the river, and you end up running into rocks and such. That's one of the few. That's probably the only gameplay part of the game is getting your boat through the rapids,
Mm.
and even then, you're just moving your mouse to direct the boat.
I do like a lot of the Canadian terms and
Oh,
the
there's
hard random Canadian accent guys that you come across.
Sorty.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
Welcome
and
to
there's
Canada.
what was his name? Soapy Pete. What was his name?
I
The
don't
guy who
remember
ran the
him.
gang in town.
I really don't remember that guy.
Oh my god, I played the ball cup game that I got swindled. I played poker, got
Yeah,
swindled. Like I think it was Soapy Pete. I think that was his name, wasn't it?
could be,
Oh,
but
man.
that's in Skagway, I
Yeah, that
believe.
was in Skagway.
That's not Canadian. That's still America,
I know,
technically.
but there was a bunch of people with the hard Canadian accents.
Yeah, true.
Go look up Skagway. I'm gonna do Soapy. Soapy Smith. That was his name. Jefferson Randolph Soapy Smith, an unscrupulous gentleman who ran a local gang inside the town of Skagway during the Klondike Gold Rush of 1897. The Northwestern Mounted Police has mentioned Soapy Smith as little better than a hell on earth. Him and his gang would cause fights, ran a prostitution ring, and sold liquor, ever present on Skagway streets. He had risen
Yeah.
to considerable power, and there was little to stop it. He was very sophisticated as a swindler who would think of himself as a kind and generous benefactor to the needy. God.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. Boy, howdy. So you got to say it like that, Colin. It's very important for this.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. It was one of one of the mounted police officers when I was looking at this whole Klondike thing. He told me about like some gang member, and this like brought on a memory. And he goes, "Oh yeah, he worked with a guy whose like great grandfather or something was in Skagway." And he's like, "Oh yeah," he was telling me we have family history stories of the gang guy, and he was talking about Soapy Smith. I'm like, okay. It's like, what happened? And he goes, "Well, he wasn't that bad according to history, but yeah, he'd sure swindle all the Packers and Stampeders that ran to town. That's like what his main goal was."
Yeah. Prime targets.
I got the fuck out of Skagway. I went out of Daia.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you go to either Dai or Skagway, you can switch towns at just the click of a button. And it's like no time passes between traveling between those two cities.
Yeah, that seems
They-
weird because it took like what, a month to just go from Seattle to Daia.
Yeah, I think it takes the same amount of time each time.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever boat you choose. It's the same cost, the same travel time. The only difference is whichever city you depart from, whether taking the White Pass or the Chilkoot Trail.
Yeah, I did the Chilkoot Trail because they said the White Pass it had a big blizzard and it was clogged with people. So
Yeah.
I ended up going because they mentioned the Chilkoot Pass was heavy with snow, but you could still get through. It would just be a little tougher.
Yeah.
Because of the mountain range pass that's required. And you got to get to Sheep's Landing. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, I think that.
I don't remember why it's
Something
called
like that.
Sheep's Landing, though.
Well, I do like that the game has people try to swindle you into buying stuff. That's just ends up being a complete waste of money.
Oh, yeah.
Like as you're leaving Seattle, there's this guy selling gold sniffing gophers.
Oh, I didn't find that. That's really funny.
Because it changes each time you play. There's 3 good items you can buy from him and 3 bad items. And the gopher is one of the bad items. You can also buy a trail bike from him.
Yep. And then the guys on the ship will talk to you later and say, "We found a bicycle in there. We couldn't find a use for it in the Klondike, so we threw it overboard." And that's $10 of your money gone. So yeah, you can also buy
like
eggs
caviar,
or caviar.
Eggs. But you have to sell the eggs before you get to Canada because they go bad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yeah. But the caviar, that's good all the way through to Dawson.
Oh, the other thing the RCMP officer told me was because of the treacherous pass and how to get there, the mounted police had to enforce a law that you had to have, I think it was, a year's worth of food in order to just go.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get to the border, you need at least 2,000 pounds of food and $100 for a crossing fee.
But if you don't have $100, they take what you have.
Oh. Forgot about that. Yeah, because there's a ton of history just in how the mounted police had to enforce wilderness protection on the population, and the best way was to try to make people earn money just to prevent them from going to these desolate places. It's like, no, if you want to risk your life, you got to pay for it because we're not liable for you at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all a prevention for safety, and it was just like it was essentially a tax on them to it's like, don't risk your life. It's literally not worth the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a wild time.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize Juneau, Alaska was like so far south. I always kind of forget that. Because in my head, I always think of Anchorage. I just default to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been to both places.
I got to go to Alaska one day. See all the mountains that Bob Ross was always painting.
No, Colin, you're Canadian. You have to go to the Yukon. We've been over this.
I've been to Northwest Territories. Close enough.
Ah, come on. I've been to Upper British Columbia. That's fine, but that's not the Yukon. How can I call myself a geologist if I've never been to? You know what? I got to put that on my bucket list. Going to the Klondike area. Going to Dawson City. Or do you think Skagway is close enough?
That's up to you.
Skagway might be close enough. They'd probably be way easier to get to. I'm passing Yukon Trail. It's a good history lesson. Not as good as Oregon Trail, though. Not nearly as good.
Yeah, for what it is, it's
not nearly as challenging.
No.
Yeah, but it serves its purpose.
Yeah, I played this on my phone. That's how I got Yukon Trail.
Nice.
Okay, so the 2 games were Last Express and Yukon Trail. Colin, give me your tiers.
Let's see. I mean, I guess by a narrow margin, I prefer Yukon Trail, but I give both games C's.
Okay. Joey?
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I like Yukon better, and I was going to give them both C's.
Why should I be any different? C's. I don't really see any reason, plus or minus, to give them a different score either. I kind of see the games as relatively the same in my head. I guess if I was to go back, I'd put more time and effort into The Last Express, so I'll say that was my favorite.
Okay.
Yukon Trail did make me want to play Oregon Trail like immediately. All right. Our next topic is mine, and it is Super Space Soldier. I'm pretty
All
pumped.
right.
I'm pretty pumped for that one.
Sounds fun.
Yep. And Joey, you got topic 2 podcasts from now. So think about it and throw it in the Google Sheet.
Yeah, well.
All right.
I mean, it's the 200th episode, so it's got to be something special.
Gotta be something special, Joey. It's number 200.
Okay, I'll make sure they're 2 terrible games.
2 terrible games. E.T., one of the top ever. No, we've done E.T., haven't we? I think we have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Joey's topic, 2 terrible games, number 200. Let's go. All right, that does it for this episode. See you next time, everybody.
Bye now.